Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, and in this one I am playing with a bit of Gesso Resist. So I'm using the white 6-inch journal from Dina Wakley, and I'm going in with the lattice stencil, and that is white gesso that is on the glass mat. And I am simply just stenciling the white gesso through the stencil onto the page behind. So it didn't have any clear gesso on to start off with. I am just going straight in with the white gesso to create a resist pattern when I have finished. And every now and again you will catch a glimpse of that pattern. Can you see it there? Look. So it is showing through, and I haven't done the stenciling everywhere. So then obviously I gave that page a really good dry, and then these are the colours that I'm going to be playing with. So I've got magenta, lemon and turquoise. These are 3 colours that do work really nicely together. And then I've just got a little bit of paint. I'm using one of the round brushes, the new ones from Dina, and these do hold a lot of water, so they're great for watering down paint, especially the acrylic paint. And then I'm just brushing that paint onto my page in quite a loose way, not worrying too much about where it goes. And you can see that already the gesso is acting as a resist. It's really pretty how this works. It's worth giving it a try if you have never had a go at this. You can create some really pretty backgrounds. Then I'm going in with lemon and doing the same thing, brushing that paint across the page. And overlapping those colours a little bit as well. And then with the turquoise, exactly the same thing again. And you can see that gesso pattern is starting to peep through. This is a really nice way to create a background, especially in this white journal. It works really well because the paper is so porous, so it soaks up nicely. One of the things I love about these 3 colours is the way these colours blend when they mix. So you get, not only do you get the magenta, lemon and turquoise, but you get green and you get an orangey colour, and you can also get a lilac as well. So this is another of Dina's stencils. Off the top of my head, I cannot remember what this one, excuse me, is called. I know it's one that I'd not really used a great deal, and actually it's so pretty. As if I should have doubted that, really. And then I'm just adding some stenciling onto my page using the same 3 colours, and I'm adding a little bit more concentrated colour, so you can see that just kind of lifts those areas where the gesso resist. Well, in fact, it goes over all of it, doesn't it? The bit where the gesso resist isn't, and where it is as well. So then I decided I wanted a focal point on my page. So I'm looking through all of the Dina Wakley collage paper with faces on. And that one that I've just pulled out there is one of the oldest packs of collage paper. And I'm going to be selecting one of the faces from here, I think, to use on this journal page. Some of the ones in this set, this one of the oldest sets, is there are some lovely big ones in there, and there are also some smaller versions too, which work perfectly for this journal. There we go, going with her. So then I'm just faffing about and just trying to decide where I want her face to go, where it's going to work best, and decide on the left-hand side of my page. So I'm just going in with some matte medium and sticking her down. So then I'm adding more collage paper onto the page as well. So again, this is some more Dina collage paper. This is one of the circle ones, again from one of the older sets. And I'm just going to be adding a few pieces of this, just again to help to break up the background. So if you did do this and you added your collage paper over the top of your paint for your background and you decided the collage paper was too much in the foreground, if you just get a little bit of white paint on a blending tool, only a tiny bit, and you can just gently smoosh it over the top of the collage paper, and it will just push that away into the backgrounds a little bit more for you. But actually I really like the effect of it kind of there, because it really does help to add a bit more interest to the page. So then I'm using the Signo Uniball in whites and just adding in the whites of the eyes and a little catch light as well, and a few subtle highlights onto the face. I mean, I'm not getting too precious about this, but I do think just adding a few little scribbly highlights just helps to kind of bring the face to life a little bit more. And then I'm just pulling that image down onto the bottom of the page because it was kind of floating, and that isn't right, is it? You can't have it floating around. And then just adding in some more sort of scribbly hair, trying to work with the image that's there and just make it work, make it fit with the bits that I'm extending. And then I'm using the water brush to just activate the Stabilo all marks that I've added. And that really does soften those lines, doesn't it? So next I'm going in with some little circle shapes, cardboard tube ends that I've collected, and just adding some stamping onto the page as well. And then I decided I was going to add some of these tiny paper dolls from Tim Holtz onto my page. And also I am using this clock stamp from Darkroom Door. It's one of their texture stamps, and I'm going to be stamping that onto a piece of white card. And then I'm sticking that, I've cut it down, and then I'm sticking it in place using some double-sided tape. I've also outlined it using some black archival ink. So then I'm just working out how my quote is going to work on my page as well. I'm cutting out some pieces of white card to add my words onto. That's kind of working out where they're all going to fit. And then going in with a thin Posca pen to add my words on. So I added the white card on there to kind of to help to pull it all together. As you can see, I've added some dots onto the page as well, where I've added those circles. And because the clock stamp was stamped onto white card, I felt that the quote would work quite well on the white as well. It would kind of pull that together too. And I didn't have a lot of space left for adding words because I'd done all the stamping and the collage paper. It was quite busy. So adding those white bits of card for the words just helps to calm that down too, and makes it easier to read the quote. I love that quote, it's perfect. And there it is, there's the finished page, those pretty subtle colours on the background with the Gesso resist. and then the focal points added over the top. So I hope you found some inspiration from this journal page. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.